42 AC, King Aenys Targaryen died as the realm rose up in a religious rebellion. Mere hours after the death of Aenys, Dowager Queen Visenya, his aunt, had mounted her dragon, Vhagar, and flown to the east across the Narrow Sea. When she came back, she was with her son, Maegor, atop Balerion the Black-Dread. Maegor only stayed on Dragonstone long enough to claim the crown, his father's iron and ruby crown. His mother placed it on his head as lords and knights knelt and proclaimed him king. Only the Grand Maester, Garwin, dared to object. By the laws of inheritance, the laws Aegon the Conqueror himself had set out, the Iron Throne should have gone to the king's eldest son, Prince Aegon. However, Maegor simply told the Grand Maester, the Iron Throne will go to the man who has the strength to seize it. He then executed the Grand Maester with a single swing of Blackfire. The next day, Maegor flew across Blackwater Bay to King's Landing, accompanied by Dowager Queen Visenya and Vhagar. The return of dragons to the city caused mass panic. The religious order of the Warriors' Sons held the city walls and the building site of the Red Keep, as well as the Scepter of Remembrance atop the Hill of Rhaenys, which they had made their fortress. The Targaryen banner was raised above Visenya's hill, and the king called all loyal men to gather to him. Visenya proclaimed her son had come to be their king, a true king, the blood of Aegon, her husband and brother, if any man questions Maegor's right to the throne, to face him in combat. The warriors' sons were quick to accept her challenge. From Rhaenys' hill rode 700 knights, led by their captain, Sir Daemon Morrigan, also known as Daemon the Devout. Maegor told Daemon that swords would decide his fate. He agreed, proclaiming the gods will grant victory to the man with the just cause, that each side should choose 7 champions, as the Andals had done. He asked the king if he could find 6 to stand with him, as Aenys had taken the Kingsguard to Dragonstone. The king turned to the crowd. Many turned away in fear, or pretended they did not hear Maegor's plea for volunteers, as many had come to fear the warriors' sons. But one man offered himself, no knight, but a lowly man-at-arms called Dick Bean. He told Maegor he had been a king's man since he was a boy, and meant to die one. Only then did the first true knight step forward, Bernard Brune, the man who had killed Harren the Red, who declared that this common man had shamed them all. His scorn drove others to offer themselves. Sir Bran of Blackhall, a hedge knight, Sir Rayford Rosby, Sir Guy Lothston, and Sir Lucifer Massey. The names of Maegor's 7 would forever be remembered in history. Predictably, Dick Bean died first, cut moments after combat began. Accounts of the combat differ. One say that Sir Guy the Glutton was cut open with undigested pies spilling out. Another account claims that Garibaldi of the 7 Stars sang as he fought that Lord Massey hacked off the arm of Harry Horp, that Horp threw his battle axe into the other hand and buried it between Massey's eyes. Some say they fought for hours, some for only moments, but in the end, only Maegor Targaryen and Daemon the Devout, as well as William the Wanderer, stood. Both the warriors' sons were badly wounded, the king with his father's Valyrian steel sword Blackfire in hand, but the outcome was close. As Sir William fell, he dealt a strong blow to the king's head, so much so that it cracked his helm and left him unconscious. The crowd feared Maegor dead, until his mother removed the broken helm, proclaiming that the king lives and that the victory is his. 7 of the mighty warriors' sons were among the dead, among them their leader, but 700 still remained atop Rhaenys' hill. Dowager Queen Visenya commanded her son taken to the maesters. However, as the king's litter-bearers carried him down the hill, the swords of the faith dropped to their knees in submission. Visenya ordered them to return to their fortified Scepter of Remembrance. For 27 days, Maegor lingered at the point of death, while maesters fruitlessly treated him with potions, while septons prayed above his bed. In the Scepter of Remembrance, the warriors' sons prayed as well, and argued amongst themselves. Some felt they had no choice but to accept Maegor as king, as the gods had blessed him with victory. Others insisted they were bound by oath to obey the High Septon and fight on. The Kingsguard later arrived from Dragonstone. At the behest of the Dowager Queen led her command of the Targaryen loyalists in King's Landing. King Maegor would earn his place in the history books, for good and ill, but one thing you cannot argue is King Maegor's trial of 7 was one of the first truly well-documented cases, and the events of it would change the course of history in Westeros forever.